from his apartment. It's the Surge Podcast, starring Sergio Santana.
I don't wanna hurt nobody, I just came to vibe. Tonight we ain't with no drama, tell them take it outside.
With tonight's guest,
Shorty and her friends been looking for a while, tell them come and vibe.
Now here's your host,
Disappear for a little, find a place to hide. Forget the problems, man. Gotta put the stress aside.
Mercedes with a surfboard on top of it, represent the chocolate. You could catch me dropping in, I'm like a damn comet. You could catch me dropping in like an Instagram comment, writing sonnets to the projects while we strive for progress and pray to be taken away by unidentified flying objects. Wave riding process every day, trying to feel godless and keep away the goblins. And surf away the problems of the second class. So when you cut me off in traffic, nigga, I could let it pass instead of following your wretched ass till you make a stop and then pulling out my Glock to let it blast. That's not it. That shit beneath me, like a hobbit. I said that shit beneath me, bitch. I'm over your head, like hawk piss. Stay in the pocket, yeah, till a giant wave knock a nigga unconscious. Yeah, see me talking nonsense at your nearest beach break. For Pete's sake, never put me in your box if your shit eats tape. So I guess the nah shit don't apply, please wait. Never put me in your Spotify if your shit streams Drake. Nah, he's great. I'm just out here spitting shit to trick the algorithm, yeah. Black David Hasselhoff, surf rap catalog, hated sabotage. I choose to ride waves over Babylon, me and 5 bays in a Toyota Avalon. She got ass like a Macedon. I take a massive blast from the bomb, pass it on. Half a song, the days are short, nights in the trap along. All the cash is gone, bitch, who you capping on? I dedicate this surf session to my mom who passed on. Life doesn't last and they go by fast, yeah, so you might as well catch one before you crash, bro. Shit is wild like Alaska. Perfect example of a runaway slave who owns his masters. Yeah, I'm out for that mule and 40 acres of golden pasture. I'm bold and black, I'll be underwater for the rapture. Killer or $100 biller. I'm just a kid who's a fan of Jay Dilla. Way chiller than a glacier. The beat is Swami belief. A studio zombie, stay thriller. My March, my April junkies, my May krillers. Fake niggas going ape shit. The gay realers, we stay realist. All my people paralyzed from the neck and waist fillers. So hot we bake skillet. You do not know what you're in for. You do not want me to get raw. No gloves hit hard. When black boys in the burbs pull your card. You do not know what you're in for. You do not want me to get raw. No love get scarred. Cause black boys in the burbs will pull your card. I am a killer, I am $100 biller. I am a scholar filler, notebook with a lot of filling. Chiller than a chinchilla, chillin' with the ill mixture, half chocolate and half vanilla. I am not a rim spinner, not a Benz wheeler, not a pimp, not a skin dealer. I win whisper, feel the wrath of my genuine draft. I've been Miller, so hot I sin ya. Stealth, I'm 10 inches. You do not know what you're in for. You do not want me to get raw. No gloves hit hard. When black boys in the burbs pull your card. You do not know what you're in for. You do not want me to get raw. No love get scarred. Cause black boys in the burbs will pull your card. You are not a killer, you are just a hipster. You don't write the story, you are just a cheap tipster. You could be inside the frame and still not get the picture. You could be inside her liquor store and still not get to liquor. I am in control, my friends call me the clicker. I am not the one, my enemies call me mister. Roar into a whimper, turn battle cat to cringe a black skep. I am dope and success in a blender. You do not know what you're in for. You do not want me to get raw. No gloves hit hard. When black boys in the burbs pull your card. You do not know what you're in for. You do not want me to get raw. No love get scarred. Cause black boys in the burbs will pull your card. You do not know what you're in for. You do not want me to get raw. No gloves hit hard. When black boys in the burbs pull your card.
All right, so our first musical guest for this evening is Kyle Raps. Make some noise for him. So I found you on IG.
Yeah.
Music's fire. Definitely like the flow and everything. So you're out of LA, right?
Yeah, I've been to LA since the pandemic. Mhm.
Oh, okay. Same, actually. That's funny. Yeah.
Okay.
So where were you coming from?
All right. Well, I was actually originally grew up in Jersey, lived in New York City for a long time in Harlem, and then I moved to Mexico City.
Oh wow. Okay.
City for almost 4 years from 2015, and I was producing Mexican rappers out there.
Wow, that's fire.
And yeah, it was great. It was a great experience. And then during the pandemic, I was like, all right, I gotta head back to the States. I opened a recording studio in LA called Pink Cloud Studios.
Mhm.
If anyone for your recording needs or podcast needs, Pink Cloud Studios is in Mid City, LA, and that's why I'm here.
Nice. So, yeah. Wow, that's so New Mexico though. So you speak Spanish then, right?
Yeah, I learned it by just going out there, basically. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm still using Duolingo. You know what? It is what
Okay,
it is.
I see. You got the Sergio Santana name, man. What's
I
up?
know. Well, I am Puerto Rican and everything, but I was, I'm from the East Coast too. So I was I was born and raised in the suburbs of Philly. So I don't know if you know Chester. So I grew up in Chester.
but I definitely been out in those parts. So yeah, for sure.
because Chester's right there near the Philly airport. We got the Philly Harrah's, and we got the Philadelphia Union Stadium and all that. But we didn't have that when I was growing up, but you have it now. But yeah, that's cool. So Jersey, as you know, like I felt like it was a culture shock when I moved out here.
Yeah.
It was definitely not. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't. We
Yeah,
watched a lot of movies. So
Yeah, man. Like, I don't know. For me, I had already been out here doing music shit before, and like, but it's different living here, and like, it really sinks in the car and the traffic and that whole culture around that, and some of the, like, I guess the shine and like clout culture.
Oh yeah.
Where you're like, damn, I really can't pull up in my 10-year-old Nissan Altima. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so like, I ended up actually like getting a decent car out here. Now I'm like, I feel real LA out here in my fucking RAV4. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even that dope, but it's like, when you live in New York or you live in Jersey, like, you don't really focus so much on your wheels, in the same way. Like, yeah, it's definitely been an experience. Yeah.
And I see you have the boards behind you too. So you a surfer, right?
Yeah, I learned to surf out here, bro. Like, when I came out here, pandemic, I mean, a lot of people, you taking up new hobbies and everything. And I ran into a community of surfers of color called Color the Water.
Oh, wow.
Shout out Color the Water. And they offer free surf lessons to people of color. And this was sort of early on in their run. So I got, I got some good tutelage, you know what I'm saying? So I learned a little something. And I just got obsessed, bro. And I started making it into my music, infusing it into my music. Yeah,
that's what's up, man. Because I know the one video where you like the Barbie one that you sent me, that one, you got that vibe right there, and I was thinking, I was like, yeah, that's dope. I mean, I barely swim, you know what I mean? I can swim underwater, I'm not even trying to get on no board. But it's dope to know that's out there, because I know we ride past, I'm like, that's a lot of white people out there. It's early in the morning.
It can be strange. Yeah, it can be strange. It's early, and the good breaks, the good waves are often dominated by people who have been white folks who have been doing this for generations. You know what I'm saying? And it hasn't really been taught to as many people of color, especially Black folks, working class Black folks, et cetera, that we could enjoy the water. We have a sort of a stereotype of being afraid of the water. And so this organization is sort of helping us to reclaim that, that vibe, that nature, so I really appreciate it. And yeah, that's been a huge hobby for me, man. Yeah.
That's what's up. So how long you been doing music?
I've been doing music, I mean, all my whole life, really. I mean, I was playing I played cello as a fucking 6-year-old. They gave us them like bootleg cello, rental cellos in my public school in Jersey, and taping that shit up. And then I played in different jazz bands and shit, played clarinet, which was a weird ass instrument to play, because I'll be like doing weird, like blowing trees and then like smoke, and then like basically playing clarinet, fucking the whole band smelled like trees. It was a wild time in high school. It was a wild time. But like But then I really got more focused into the rap music. You know, I should say maybe 2009, and I was able to rock with some people who were out in I was in Harlem at the time and who were up and coming in that scene. Action Bronson, you know, throwing shows out at Southpaw, which was a venue in Brooklyn. And so, yeah, you know, it was like I got to deal with cats like him, got to deal with cats like, I don't know if you know who Mr. Motherfucking Esquire is, but that's a homie who was doing it out there. Got to link up with Ali and do a joint, KRS-One, and it was sort of off and running early in 09, you know, serious with some cool singles that came out. You know, that was sort of how I got my start. And then I took a little break. I took a little pause. I was always making stuff, but I wasn't really pushing it until recently, where I just say, you know what, like I fall in love with surfing. I'm into this rap shit for a long time, and now I'm creating this whole surf rap genre, bro. And that's really what it is right now. I'm on my surf rap shit. You know what I mean? So
that's dope, man. Yeah. That's I mean, I did take. I think when I first saw your videos, I think that's what kind of brought me towards it was I think I can catch that East Coast vibe, you know what I mean? Like, you know, those still like you got those bars, you know what I mean?
I appreciate it.
Yeah. I feel like, think of you not that's the East Coast thing. I feel like more than anything, you know what I mean? I don't feel like it's I don't think that's everywhere, you know, like it used to be, but I think that's as every pocket we have like around the states, you know what I mean, it has their own sound. Yeah, that's not always important, you know what I mean, having bars, which like everybody not battle rappers neither. Like, you know, like you said, I think a lot of the bars are going more into like battle rap versus actual records anymore. But you know, it's that's what had me. I was like, oh, he got bars. I hear.
I appreciate it. Yeah, man, that's interesting to say that. You know, I mean, I think there's so much rap out now. You know what I'm saying? And like, yeah, obviously, I think that the bar heavy stuff is very East Coast influenced, although you see it everywhere now. You see what's interesting is you see people who are like doing trap shit but has bar, you know, or doing drill shit but has bar. And I think that like for me, you know, I never really got too deep into the battle side of it because that can get real. Sometimes it can get real dense with the bars to the degree where I can't really enjoy the song or feel it breathe. And so for me, I'm trying to find some way to combine both of that to some shit that you could be like, oh, he said some shit, you know, but also you could be like, oh, I like the vibe of the song. This song puts me through an experience, whatever. So yeah, like I like to, you know, and that's my favorite shit. I mean, obviously I come from like that 90s era, you know, where that was what that was, you know what I mean? It was like that mix of like they saying some shit, but you also kind of, you know, you feel a vibe and an experience from it. So.
Yeah. I mean, things are more melodic now. It's not always, like I said, bar heavy, but I mean, it's a song no matter what, you know, like it's still derived from, and that's why it's interesting you did jazz in high school because, you know, hip hop definitely was jazz heavy early on. But now it's more, I guess, I don't know, like it's more like electronic, you know, with some of the beats, or I don't know.
It's everything now, man. I mean, in my opinion, because you still have some jazz influenced stuff, but you know, I mean, the mainstream, you know, goes from like it could be the most simplistic, almost like, you know, digitized video, a Nintendo video game type sample or recreation, you know what I'm saying, or it could be like this crazy produced, you know what I'm saying, with the live and band energy and everything. So it's like I just feel like the gamut right now, you know, but like, yeah, I always stuck to that. I mean, one of my favorite albums of all time is Digable Planets Blowout Comb. And that's an album that classic. Yeah, that's an album that I think really did it best in terms of like mixing jazz, where it wasn't too jazz, like where you feel like you're not like an old man with the fucking Kangol like bopping in the, you know, the jazz club. You still feel like you're in hip hop, you know what I mean? You're still in flavor, but it does have that jazz musicality and innovation to it too. So yeah, I love that album, Blowout Comb. Yeah.
And the whole culture, like when you were saying you were in Mexico, like I mean, I like listening to Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny definitely blew up, you know. Especially when I heard the last album, because like I was saying, I was trying to teach myself Spanish, right? So I was like, oh, that one was, you know, I mean, had a nice Caribbean vibe to it. The new one sounds like more like trap, you know what I mean? But it's in Spanish, which was I don't think I was expecting at first, but I was like, no, I fucks with this. This is all right, you know. And then I'm up here going back and forth with that and like Drake's album. I'm like listening to both of them. And it's funny because I sometimes don't want to listen to Drake. That's the funny part about it. Like I don't know why. Sometimes just like, man, this dude be singing too much. But then I'm like, let me throw on the straight.
Yeah, I mean, for me, Drake's undeniable on so many levels. Whether or not you want to credit it to his pen or a group of people's whatever, like the stuff that's coming out of dude's camp, is like, I mean, they can sing, they can rock whatever style. You want to hear bars, they always got that AM and wherever the fuck where it's always barred up. You know what I mean? It's like they can blow the clubs up. And like the thing I find so fascinating about Drake is like he's not a hood dude. I mean, he didn't grow up hood. He had all the hoods in the world. Like, you go to the grimiest of places, you still gonna hear Drake from the whip, or from the barbershop or from, what I'm saying? So like that's a testament, whether you want to say to great acting, but I think it's a testament to great artistry, across the board.
Yeah. I think to me, I think a part of me is like, man, this dude's Canadian. How we gonna let this Canadian dude be like the best?
That's how we always do though, bro. Yeah. Like, Years a Slave was like all British people playing like African, like black slave struggle. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I hear you though.
That'd be killing me too. The fact you brought that up, it's like, man, listen, you be watching like an interview and you're like, what? I didn't know like they was British. Like this, like I hate British too.
The Stringer Bell effect, right? Where all of a sudden, like, the Seal effect. Seal was the first one for me. Like I heard him singing that R&B and like he had soul and flavor, and all of a sudden, like I heard him talk, and I was like, whoa, my man is like really look like he should be out here having high tea. Like with Stringer Bell and shit like that. Everyone was like, oh damn, Stringer. But I mean, still, it's love, and obviously, I don't know if you rock with like Top Boy. That show on Netflix, but it's a really interesting vibe where like they're starting to show a little bit more of the hood experience that like especially like Black Brits be having and how it ties in. So I respect that, and the grime culture and everything. So yeah,
I haven't seen that. I'm gonna have to check that out. Top Boy. Okay. See, everybody has different algorithms with Netflix. Everybody gets different stuff.
Yeah, true.
I watch a lot of comedy, so it feeds me just comedy specials.
That's dope.
Whether I want them or not. Yeah.
I love that too, man. I love that too. I mean, if we're bringing it back to the rap and some of the stuff that I'm trying to work, that I've been working on and where I'm at now with it, I think that humor, like having bars that like can make you kind of enjoy, like laugh, whether it's like you cracking jokes on somebody or like even be self-deprecating where you're like, oh, like point out the fact that I might be a little old or I might have my own struggles. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like across the board, I think that to have some levity in bars, as well as saying some real shit, but it adds joy to the experience of listening to it. So I try to bring that, as well, and stand-up comedians are a heavy influence on that side because, they the goats at it. So
yeah. But yeah, man, I was gonna say, so as far as like you said you've been doing it all your life. So when did you actually start like recording?
So I started recording on some like just my homie like had the little the hell was it, like the DAT or some shit. We had some weird little recording set up, back in the day, like 90s, late 90s, you know what I'm saying? Okay. I was maybe 16 or something like that, you know what I mean? And we would just record little freestyles, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then before you know it, like we was like trying to bar up and write. And the first joint I recorded, like for real, I think was like, it was not very good, man. Like I couldn't even, it was just like, it took a while for me to feel like my pen was, was actually leaking some good shit, you know what I mean? So it wasn't until mid 2000s where like I felt like I had some shit that was like, oh, this is serious. Like I could maybe put some shit out, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't just trying to be like fly by night, like not true to the craft. So I'd say 05 was when I started really being like, okay, I could do shit. And then 09 was when I started to actually get a few legitimate credits to my name.
Yeah. So now, so are you working on a new project now, or
yeah? So the project, the whole shit I'm doing now is surf rap. I produce my own shit now. And I've been sampling like the Beach Boys, I've been sampling Dick Dale, I've been sampling Link Ray, you know, any vibe that has like the any vibe that has like that surfy tiki energy to it. And then like I'll put some rap shit underneath it, you know, some lo-fi grumpy shit. And then you know, I've even been doing a little bit of harmony singing shit on it. And so it all culminates for me in a project. Right now I'm just trying to get buzz, you know, so I do these little video clips, you know what I'm saying, little verses, you know, that have some surf energy to it. But I already recorded a project with Dan the Automator, who's like my hero producer. If you don't know who he is, you know, he did the Gorillaz, Clint Eastwood, the one with Dell, the "Someone Let Me Out of My Cage," that shit. That shit. You know, he did, you know, Deltron 3030, which is like one of my favorite all time, you know, sort of alternative rap albums. Kool Keith, whatever. So Dan the Automator teamed up on this project with me, and we just he laid out some surf rap beats, like some surf beats, and you know, I have a whole EP with him, you know, that is like in the can, but I feel like I need to get the buzz going before I would. So I have a couple little tapes that I produced myself. Still trying to get the buzz before I release that stuff, but that's kind of where I'm at with it, man. I'm all about trying to do surf rap.
That's what's up. And what about live shows? You got some any performances that you?
Bro, like I want to do some cool shit. Like I want to, like, I'm not a young rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm a dude who's like, I want to do some like a rap show that also I could bring in some of my friends who are really good musicians. So I have a good drummer friend. I have, you know, a great guitar player. I want a friend who can play surf guitar, so we can like mash up some Beach Boy shit with some rap. You know what I'm saying? Like do beach shows, like really like bring the so I'm pulling that together right now.
Okay.
And like I'm in like some rehearsals for it, you know, so that I can like when I hit, it's not just gonna be like, you know, me rocking in front of like with a DJ, that it's gonna be like a real experience, you know, where you're like, oh damn, they do like surf covers and then they switch it to rap shit and the shit, you know what I mean? Yeah. So
you definitely got it. You definitely gonna have to do live show then when you have the band together. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Because that's I mean, that's why when I do the live show, if anybody's in LA that come out and see it, it's every third Friday of the month at the Pack Theater in Hollywood. And so what's dope about that show is that, you know, like right now we're just doing the interviews, but I have like the musical performances. We got sketches, you know, we got stand up, you know, we got digital you know, sketches and stuff. So we got a little bit of everything, you know. So it's not it's an experience versus just, you know, with this, you know, not that I'm downplaying the podcast on the digital version, but what I'm saying that, you know, to see it in person is a whole nother. It's more like the block party or something like that. You know,
that's
like
great, man.
I'm bringing people out.
Yeah. Oh man, nothing like a great live energy, you know, especially when you have multiple different, you know, types of genres representing. You know, you have street vendors at them?
No, I don't, because it's in the theater, you know. But you know, there's a bar attached to it, so people can go out, you know, have some drinks and stuff. Food, but as far as like food and stuff, I mean, use LA, you know, there's food trucks everywhere. Because I know across the street there's a taco truck, and then it's tacos in the corner. It's tacos everywhere. It's LA, you know.
Yeah. So the only place I can say with more tacos that I've been in is Mexico City, man. But yeah, LA.
Man, that's what's up, man. But yo, you were brave, man. So you went there and knew no Spanish. How did you navigate that?
So in fairness, I did have some Spanish. Like I did study a little Spanish. I went to college, I went to Rutgers University, and I in Jersey, and I studied Spanish. I mean, I really mailed it. I cliff notes the fuck out the way all the way through my you know, but I learned, you know, some basic grammar. So when I came in, I didn't come in straight, you know, straight new to it. Yeah. But I still was like, oh damn, like there was a lot to learn, you know, like from knowing the basics to actually knowing how people talk in specific situations, you know. Like I worked, when I was there, I was learning how to do production for the first year. I went to a production school in Mexico City because it's cheaper, and it was in Spanish. So that was wild. I was like 35-year-old surrounded by like kids who were like 18 or like 15. And like learning like fucking production shit. It was wild, bro. It was wild. That shit, I was a bike messenger there for a little while, you know, so you really have to learn the shit, you know what I mean? I had like the Uber Eats cats, you know what I mean? I was like that in Mexico City, you know, so you really had to like learn on the fly, you know, and that's the best way for me because, you know, it's like that survival instinct kicks in, and then before you know it, you spit shit in Spanish, you're like, oh, I just said that, you know what I mean? Like, so it was,
that's what's up. And do you ever think about doing like music in Spanish then, since now you got that, you know?
I mean, I'll drop a line or a thing or here, but I feel like I don't feel like as not a non-native speaker. I like the poetry of lyrics, you know, and so I feel like I'm not qualified to take it really that deep. Like I've tried every now and then, and I thought I got one off, and I was spit it to my my Mexican homies in Mexico, and they'd be like, yeah, that shit sound like elementary school though. You know what I mean? Because like doing it for them, their level of metaphor in their own language is a whole different experience. You know what I'm saying? So even though I'm nice with the Spanish, I think that's a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? So
that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, no, I got you. That's all. Yeah, hard no. But you know what? Because we think of English. You know what I mean? So like, it takes time to translate that. And so then you're not thinking about like these little idiosyncrasies or like these like sayings or these phrases that, you know, we're just not thinking. We don't know all that because we weren't immersed with that since we were kids, you know. So yeah. I
the nuance, like the little nuance of like what actually hits, you know, in the right pocket or the right you know what I mean? Like it actually hits the right buttons. Like sometimes actually I will fuck around. They have freestyles. It's kind of dope. In Mexico City, like in a lot of the city squares, kids will just like freestyle. Like, you know, so like back in the day ciphers, you know what I mean? But it's there. So they have like a boom. We play like DOS effects, but they don't even have the instrumental. It'll actually be like the fucking song. And they don't care because it's in English. I don't really understand. So they just rap, they just battle each other over like the song. And I'll step in and like try to jump into some Spanish shit and like always fail. But fuck it, you have to get, you know, you fail. Fuck, I don't, you know. So I'll always get murdered by these kids who like probably sucked, you know, in Spanish, but like I sucked even worse because I don't fucking know the language is good. And I remember, like every now and then I would drop some shit and it would like hit. I didn't even know why it hit. I'd be like, what I say? You know what I mean? It was like nuance, you know what I mean? So yeah, anyways.
That's what's up. See, I didn't know that. I love how hip hop is like just spread across the earth. You know, that as the culture just keeps just growing, you know, because I see other places in different stages of it where we, oh, you're right. Yeah, we passed that stage and some of that stuff. That's what's amazing.
Well, you're right. And I think it's a blessing and a curse. I remember when I was younger and, you know, it felt more illicit. Like those who could flow felt like fucking Jedis, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, it was rare because like, it was like, oh, damn, how did you do that? And now like there's fucking YouTube, you know, instructionals on how to flow. You know what I mean? Like everyone, like there's so many people who could flow good. Yeah. You know, back then it was more rare. And I remember back then I was like, yo, it would be so ill if like there were ciphers everywhere in the world and if rappers. And now like be careful what you wish for because it became, you know, so oversaturated everywhere. Everyone raps, everyone's, you know, not even putting the time. You're like, damn, like, all right. It's a whole different. That's not how I anticipated it. But there still is, you know, obviously the cultural aspects of it that are really dope.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's what's up, man. Is there anything that I haven't thought of to ask you? Because you have an interesting, just a whole interesting backstory. To be honest with you, things that I was like, oh, you just threw some stuff at me I wasn't expecting.
I appreciate you, man. Yeah. Like it's I get you because like, you know, on the tip of the iceberg, it's like you're like, oh, this dude has some bars, saw some videos. Oh, dude, but like not like that's also a thing that a lot of people, you know, and it's how would you aren't going to necessarily at face value understand is like it's taken a long time for me to craft to the point where I can like just even put out those bars in the way I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I take pride in it. I'm not saying I'm the fucking best cat out ever in the world or whatever, but I think I have my niche and I think I have like, you know, my own vibe that is unique. And so there's a lot that's gone into that, you know what I mean? And a whole life and, you know, like a whole lot of experiences. I've traveled the world and a whole lot of shit. So yeah, man, I guess, you know, no other question that I would say, but more along the lines of just like, you know, my hope, I like to always infuse my hope for people. because I'm not like this wildly successful monetarily rap artist right at this juncture. I think that what this new wave, if I might say, that I'm putting out with the surf shit, I think it has the potential to carry me, and I'm feeling some traction with it, which is dope. But my goal throughout my whole shit hasn't necessarily been how can I make a lot of bread. I've found other ways to make enough money to live off of and to have dope experiences in life. But my message to people always is like to stay true to the craft, to enjoy the creating, and the sharing of the artwork, because like, and let that be a lifelong craft. Don't let that be just like, how can I get hot fast? You know what I mean? Because that's not, it might seem like that's the win. And my motherfuckers that have their opinions or whatever, but to me, the win really is to have a dope life with art. You know what I'm saying? As you grow with it, you know what I'm saying? As you see it grow, and I've been able to do that, and I plan on continuing to do that, whether or not my shit pop. You feel me? So
yeah. Well, that's it. It's all about longevity. You know what I mean? Like you said, like, so you're, as long as you're happy and you're doing it, and you know what I mean, and you're still creating, I don't see. You know what I mean? You still in it. You still see it's your craft. Yeah. You know what I mean?
100%.
Because I think that especially nowadays, you have people that have like maybe 100,000 followers and stuff like that doing their thing. They may have, just that small fan base is helping them live their life. You know what I mean? And help them create their work. And that's a beautiful thing.
Beautiful. 100%. Yeah. And it's easier now than ever to get that, like, that mid, we're trying to say like middle class rap existence, you know what I'm saying? Where you can get your 100,000 followers, you could eat, you know what I'm saying? And like live a life and also stay true to your art, which is really dope. You see a lot of artists who, like someone like an Earl Sweatshirt, for example, or where like, it was like, oh, he's going to be and he didn't really take off to the next, to Cardi B levels, if you will. But like, he's doing the art that he loves to do. He's eating. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's a great goal to have. You feel me? And so you see more artists like that. And you see artists with like 5 million followers on Spotify, for example, and you're like, never. It's wild how many successful, especially when we talk about rap artists there are. There's like at least 1,000, you know what I mean, that have big following, which didn't used to be. So that's something that I take heart in as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely, man. And what do you think about before we wrap it up? What do you think about artist development? Because you sound like, I know you've been developing yourself, but I don't feel like, I've been reading a lot of stuff like the past week because who was Ice Spice was on SNL, so everybody's like, damn, but they don't teach them how to do performances and stuff anymore. I mean, not for nothing. Look, I like Ice Spice and everything, but I've been to a lot of rap concerts where that is kind of the norm. You know what I mean? Like there ain't no backup dancers, nothing. We just kind of walking around on stage and you're doing your thing. And but I mean, for a live show, sometimes like that's like televised, nationally, maybe you want to throw something else into the mix, because everybody's not gonna be Beyonce, I get it. Everybody's not gonna be, or Michael Jackson, they're not gonna be on that level, Taylor Swift, whatever. But you can have a little artistry, a little showmanship to it.
I agree. I mean, obviously we don't have these K-pop factories where they teach, say every little aspect of how to how to be an artist and how to be successful as a show person, but and so sometimes we have to piece it together on our own, or maybe if you're an artist who gets signed, you find an A&R who helps you, or a producer who helps you, or choreographer, or what have you. You know what I'm saying? Some people just have it naturally, have that natural sense of how to move on stage. If you're talking about the live stage, or how to create different energy and cadence in the booth. You know what I'm saying? But like, I think the overall part, if you're talking about, first of all, the live shit. Rap is hard to make enjoyable. It's hard to make an enjoyable rap show live. It just is. If the person has hits and everyone wants to sing along, that's great. That's in general, oftentimes that's the best case scenario. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to get on, I want to hear my dude, I want to rap along with my dude. You know what I mean? And that's it. To take it from there to like a 3-dimensional show, where like, oftentimes I think that's when, if you have good personal stories that you can integrate, if you have real life experiences you can integrate, I love when artists do that, and I think that development often comes when they're just doing more shows and trying different things out. You know what I'm saying? I think that it's an interesting thing. Like saying as a young person, if you just get up and just try to just rap your shit, that's not going to take you all the way. You definitely got so you're talking about the Ice Spice. Yeah, where you can't just shake your ass, you know what I'm saying? And then like that's gonna take you all the way to the Beyonce level where you've got this like fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like this extravaganza, this Cirque du Soleil extravaganza. Yeah. But I mean, I think each person can find a cool niche, where they're able to access the audience, and whether it's through the interaction or their own personal anecdotes, or you know what I'm saying, or their own abilities that they can tap into. But I think it's important to invest time in it.
Oh yeah. That's what's up, man. Yeah, because and the thing is, like, sometimes you do that on your own. You know what I mean? Like you find out on your own. And you get inspiration from different artists along the way. Well, actually,
and have fun. Like when people have fun on stage, when they're having fun, when they're legitimately enjoying themselves, like it can be infectious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't even think I asked you that. Did I ask you who inspires you? All like that, or?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, bro. Like a lot of stuff that right now I feel inspired by is, I mean, I always listen to like Nick Grant, who actually a friend of mine manages. I love his flow, his cadence. I just think the way he carries himself as an artist is really dope. I'm super always been inspired by like the like Tyler the Creator types, you know what I'm saying, who just forge their own way and do new shit. I like rock. I like Rock Marciano. I like those hard East Coast bars, and then I'm always just tapping into sort of the true school golden era shit. I can't like that. It always has a special place in my heart. Whether it's like the DJ Premier level stuff, or the Far Side, or really like that stuff. But yeah, man, I just listen to a lot of music too, man. You know what I mean? From like a James Taylor type of, like, he got bars, bro. Like some folk cats got bars, bro. Like,
that's hilarious. It's true though. It's funny to say, but I know this is the truth. You start looking at the lyrics, you're like, oh, they got bars.
Like I'll listen to like Tracy Chapman, and I'm like, oh, like she'll have me make the ugly face. You know what I'm saying? On one of her like 1980s like little acoustic. So I mean, yeah, like from that all the way to sometimes, I'll tap into something like the Strokes. You know what I mean? I like to keep it open, and then of course, like some like Sly and the Family Stone or some soul shit. I'm just like I go deep into music, bro. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I'm inspired by all of it. I'm also really deeply inspired by like the visual medium. Like, I mean, all the fucking shit that be out in terms of like, I mean, the TV series that are just, I mean, Black Mirror.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that shit, thinking on different, just different thought planes. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm most recently, this is strange, but I'm most recently like been like obsessed with like World War I shit. Like, so I'm listening to this World War I podcast called Hardcore History. I don't know, bro. Sometimes, like, as an artist, you just gotta be like, you gotta feel like you're going out to war. And like, when I'm hearing this shit, I'm like, yo, like all the shit that these motherfuckers went through in the trenches, bro. I'm like, so yeah, my inspiration comes from a lot of different places.
That's what's up. So before I let you go, man, please tell everybody where they can find you on social media, and basically where you at.
Yes, sir. Okay. So I'm at Kyle Raps. That's KYLERAPPS. And that's on everything, bro. Like, that's on fucking Instagram, that's on Twitter, that's on everything. You know what I'm saying? So Kyle Raps, just check out for my all these video clips that I'm putting out, especially on my Instagram Reels. And then, I'll be dropping my my tapes. Is about to become my surf rap tapes about to be coming soon. And yeah, we're gonna move with it like that. So yeah,
that's what's up, man. Well, man, thank you again for your time and coming on. And I definitely want to have you on again when you release your project and you have your band together. So
100%.
We're gonna do the live.
Live event, man. I'm glad to see you doing that. Peace.
Let's do this, man. Make some more Kyle Raps. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Stab a cop in the crotch with the obelisk. Wander through the fog and miss a London with Theopolis. Grab my black armor stick and surf through the apocalypse. Rolly, how she clocking this? Obi isn't topping this. Obi isn't on the Knicks. I'm in a lawn chair reading The Economist. Y'all better call in the oncologist. The god is sick. Addicted to these ways, bitch. I need Surfaholics Anonymous. Life is a dream as we go merrily, merrily, merrily. R.I.P. Guru, I need primo therapy. She got more cakes than Sara Lee, but she's scared of me. Gold teeth fold deep in a Jeep Cherokee. My roof rack is Pam Anderson. See me on the street, surf rap panhandling, ancestor channeling. Damn, I'm into rambling and beat sampling. I keep my mind mixed up like a panda skin. You wonder which beach I'm lamping in? It's probably the one with people dancing in the sand and gambling with open hands. Yeah, we stranded in the stolen land. Can nothing make you feel free like the ocean can? I'm on the beach with Ken smoking leaves. Seen a thugged out Barbie with golden teeth holding heat. Jump inside a green Volkswagen GTI with folding seats. No need for Google Maps, she know the streets. Straight to her pad, wasn't the dream house because she broke the lease. In Koreatown with her homies eating bulgogis. Bro, you know me out in Santa Onofre surfing. It's urban Barbie staying on my head like turbans. Hardly certain if I ever catch a glimpse of her again. Yeah, that's when I seen Pimp Cam pull up, kissing her in a pink Benz. Chinchilla fur and mink skins. I think that's when it sinked in. I'm in the wrong world. Mattel hell. I'ma give it to him, belief, give it to him. Keep a rhythm moving, making vision music. My people living super rich, moving bricks, lunatics. Now in the prison doing biz. Who is this waking me 2 to 6? Talking foolishness, bumping ludicrous in the crib. Rumor is they hit your dude for his Puma kicks. Put 2 in his ribs and he ain't gon' live. Just another black kid murked in the suburbs. Sprinkler action, put the blood to the gutter. Another bad kid buck, another stat in the book. Dad loses son, another sis loses brother. Get it in big, get it in strong. Get it in right, don't get it in wrong. Get it in short or get it in long. Let a man sing his song.
See, I'm heavy, deadly with that melody. Clear to me, you'll never wear a friend away. Dining using chopsticks. Oh, laid up in the tropics. Shift gears, twist while the bitch steers. Taste grapes, age 36 years. Can't even look me in the eye no more. Prime steaks that be older than a dinosaur. Open your vagina hole, shut your fucking mouth, cause I don't wanna hear your monologues. Condom slipped off, I hit it only kinda raw.
Get it in big, get it in strong. Get it in right, don't get it in wrong. Get it in short or get it in long. Let a man sing his song. Get it in the middle, get it on top. Get it everywhere, and you don't stop. Yeah. Get it in your system, get it when the beat drop. Yo, step into a world as infectious petulance. Non-city residents strike without hesitance. Cops take you in without evidence. Faster than desperate housewives pop medicines. Politicians threatening competitors to uncover their fetishes to the press in attempts to get leverage. Drink it all in like a wet beverage. Swallow it, sedatives. Spill a bit for your dead relatives. Relish it, ain't nobody celibate. Mad priests be molesting kids. Media send messages. Everybody want they 10 minutes on, let them in. So they get paid in corn at a sin, get it in. Get it in big, get it in strong. Get it in right, don't get it in wrong. Get it in short or get it in long. Let a man sing his song. Get it in the middle, get it on top. Get it everywhere and you don't stop. Get it in your system, get it when the beat drop.
All right, so make some noise for our guest tonight, Coleman Green. Make some noise. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being on the show tonight, Coleman. I appreciate you.
No problem.
Yeah, it's you know what? I was just thinking like how long we actually knew we've known each other since, like in general.
It got to be like 15 years, maybe 10, 15, maybe.
Yeah, I would think. Yeah, probably at least
Longer?
15.
Yeah, it got to be 15 because I started well, really not hitting the club till like 2005 and actually getting paid a little bit of money doing it. I mean, I didn't meet you down at the Spaghetti Warehouse, did I?
Nah, we met at
Laugh House?
It wasn't even Laugh House. Nah, it was actually the Comedy Cabaret in Northeast, I think. I was doing open mic there.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's why.
Right.
Yeah. It was probably around that time.
Yeah. It's been a while. Listen, I'm old, man. I forget shit.
Nah,
I can't remember shit from yesterday.
Because I had started, because everybody be thinking, everybody thinks I started at different times, because I would start, I would start and stop. And I had started before, and I was like my second time doing it again. Like I had like stopped for like a few years, maybe like 4 years or so, and then I was doing it again. And that's when I met you, and I was doing it again. And
I'm the only crazy one that still. Well, I'm not the only one, but still doing this shit.
Oh no, there's everybody's still doing it. Like for me, like I mean, I've been consistent for the past like I would say like at least 7-8 years now. It's not from just stopping, doing like I was before. Which I think that just became with I had the time. You know what I mean? Because I had I have a family and stuff. Because I started a family early.
Yeah. I was just talking about that last night because somebody was asking me. Now that my kids are older. And I'm separated from my second wife, I'm now got time to really go out and pursue comedy a whole lot more because I would try to balance family and comedy, and my family came first.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And
some people were like, "Fuck the family, we I'm going to pursue this dream." And I used to go up to New York. Matter of fact, you remember Keith Robinson, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And Keith used to take Kevin up to New York and me and my buddy Gene, Gene Ars, we used to ride up there and go, and he used to take us into the cellar and try to get us in. But man, coming back 2 and 3 o'clock at night, and you got to take care of kids, and I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it. So I had to try to balance it out, and balancing it out, you had to sacrifice the career for a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now that my kids are older, and I don't have that much of an obligation as I did. So now, like things are starting to take off for me now.
Yeah, but I think over time, because having that time to like live, like like you said, the priorities family, you get a lot of material from that, too.
Yeah, of course.
So I don't see it's not really a negative. Sometimes we gotta take a step back, take a step forward. Every time, especially if we crafting a new set over and over again. A new material.
Not at all. I just see it as I see some people that I usually see I came up with them, even started after me, are doing things on a different level, higher level, and and I'm like, that's cool, but it was just the step I took, and then so if it happens, it happens, but this is what I love to do, and I'm just gonna keep grinding.
Absolutely. I mean, that's living his dream. That's what it has in the background. I'm looking at your stuff in the background. So like you say, living your dream.
Once I learn how to do this stuff, I'm gonna put something different in the background because I want people to say, this motherfucker just love himself. But this is my office, so I put all my stuff in my office.
Well, it's like you have to have like a trophy wall, right? You know what I mean? Why not? That it reminds you, what you, the mission, what you on. You know what I mean? What your goal.
Yeah. So
it really does. Keeps you motivated.
Well, it does. It does. I mean, and you know how it is. This is something that you love, and I can honestly say, I was talking to a friend last night. In my lifetime, I have done everything job-wise that I've wanted. Not everybody gets to do their dream job.
I mean, I've done all the jobs too, man. That's why it's funny to me. Then you get to comedy.
Yeah, because I started out, I wanted to be an artist. I was an artist for years, working in design. I wanted to play football. I didn't make it to the pros, but I made it to a pretty good level and playing ball, something I love. And then, after doing the artwork, then I got into comedy. And this is something that it's not really a job. It's something that you love. You get to do something you love. That's good. And that's why, I look back and say, well, damn, I've done everything I want to do except sleep with Halle Berry. But, that's a different story.
Yeah, man. Well, if you keep doing your art the way you're doing it, and I think it's all art, and it's all different mediums and different ways of expressing yourself. So, and you got your vision board behind you reminding you that. Yeah, and I even
I
see
never thought about that as a vision board.
Yeah.
I guess so. I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm big on that stuff. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, sometimes we need that reminder, you know, and see that constant reminder says, all right, you know,
Well,
I
yeah,
got this, you know.
this is my office. I got my football trophies, my football memorabilia, and
Mhm.
then my comedy stuff all in here. You know, it's my lifetime.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
see,
so.
I see Beverly Hills little sign back there too.
That's a vision board. That's a vision board. Okay, now you're saying yes. Beverly Hills, yes.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Beverly
I want
Hills.
to get out. I want to get out there with you.
Yeah, well, I'm not in Beverly Hills. Listen, because you get robbed in Beverly Hills. No,
Listen, you get
you get
robbed all
robbed anywhere.
over. I
LA,
hear
yeah.
about this stuff going on in LA, but it's no different than Philly, New York, or anywhere, man. It's crazy out here.
No, it is. I think after the pandemic, people just started wilding. They didn't care anymore. Yeah, had people wearing masks and stay in the house for, you know, a couple months, and they
makes you crazy.
Yeah, it makes you crazy.
Makes you crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and you know they coming back out. People are just like, you know, then with the hard time. You know, I'm not getting political in it, but it's tough out here, man. And people are doing whatever they need to do to survive.
Yeah,
to survive. So, well, some of them are knuckleheads. They just doing shit because they damn knuckleheads. But you know, people out here doing whatever they can.
I can't argue with that. Some people just doing stuff because that was always gonna be some knuckleheads out here though. Like that's
always like they were protesting here a couple of weeks ago about this cop getting off, and then why break in the store? What protest have to do with you getting a pair of new Jordans? What the hell does that have to do with anything? They just break it in, taking an iPhone, broke into a Mac store. Come on, man, that's not protesting. You a bunch of idiots just getting some free shit, taking advantage of the opportunity was going on to get some free shit. I'm mad, but I need some new Jordans.
Well, you know, here we got a lot of smash and grabs. They don't need that excuse.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw that.
Well, I mean, I know if I was a security guard, I'd be like, I'm not gonna stop you.
Go ahead.
For what?
They don't pay over my pay. My paper.
No, they not gonna do nothing about it. Well, I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm not gonna. Yeah. So.
And I also saw, excuse me, that the guy walking around, you know, out in Hollywood, they walking around with the $5,000-$10,000 watches and everything, you know, out there flossing and shit, and they getting robbed.
Oh yeah, you can't be just out there like you asking for it. You just out there just flossing.
Listen, you can't do that no more, man. There's a whole different times out here, bro.
Oh yeah, man. Because that's like the haves and have-nots. You know, basically. You know,
absolutely.
When I first got here, that's when I started to understand. You know, when the Jeffersons talking about they was moving on up. You know, going up. I mean, here it's like it's really that hierarchy where you down the valley and you can move up the hill. You know, like you talk about you know you want that house on the hill, and I never. You know, you thought about it as an expression, but to actually see it, where you can actually, and people do, people work their way up. You know, they got that house on the hill and stuff. But it's just, it's really a thing where it's the have and the have-nots. They looking down on you. You know, think about like downtown LA, like high rises. You know, these high rise like penthouse apartments is going like $20,000 a month. You know, and then down at the bottom ground is something, but like you know, homelessness, like
homeless people. Yeah. I seen it. I seen when I go there.
And we ain't gonna make, I mean, it ain't all Skid Row, but it's starting to look like it, you know. And
that's
the thing. A
lot of it starting to look like a Skid Row.
Yeah, it's like it's starting to look like one of those movies, and it's crazy, you know, like because it's real life.
But you know, if you're gonna be sleeping outside, LA is a nice place to do it though, with the weather.
No, I can't argue with that. That's why so many people be at Venice. There's still so many homeless people in Venice Beach, you know.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, why? If I was gonna be homeless, I'd be homeless near the beach. Why
yeah,
not?
That's true.
You know,
waterfront property in a box
every single day. Nice. You got bathrooms there.
Open my box and look at here. Listen, I am living life, but it is a shame though, you know. And but I know last time I was in LA, it was so many downtown it was a little scary.
It is,
especially at night.
Yeah, until you get used to it.
And then we go to where the Walk of Fame and all that, you know, everything down there. And so I mean, I like LA. I do. I like LA, and in the business that I am, I like LA, but I don't know if I want to live there. I mean, I would love to live on the beach.
Oh yeah, who
And
doesn't?
I would love to live on the beach. A nice house on the beach where Johnny Carson used to live. Can I have Johnny Carson house?
I mean, listen, I don't really be like hanging out in Hollywood like that neither. But I mean, I have to go in and out. You work and stuff. I mean, I can't say I don't hang out because I'm down there. But you know, I fell in love with LA after a while. Like at first, I was a man, like I wasn't feeling it, but you know, it grew on me. I mean, the fact that there's sunshine every morning.
Every morning.
It's hot right now. It's October 20th. It's hot.
Yeah.
It's hot. I just had to turn my air on. I know my wife gonna be mad because I turned the air on.
You know, I know I was out there around Christmas time one time. Yeah. And I was like, I love it. Listen, if I never see snow again in my life, I would be okay, bro. I'd be okay with that. I don't like the cold. I just can't afford to go no damn wells.
Man,
I don't like the cold.
I mean, especially as you get older, you just, you know, that's why you be seeing so many people retire like in Florida, you know, because you ain't trying to, I mean, even there, like it's not LA like hot all year round. It gets cold because I was in Florida for a little bit and I was thinking it was hot all the time because you come in there for your little vacation and you think, you know, it's like that all the time. But it gets cold.
They get like they get maybe a couple weeks. My brother lived down there. He loves it down there. Yeah. I like Florida to visit, but I'm not really a Florida person. But it gets cold like maybe out of the year, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3. You know, and down there when it's in the 60s here, that's good weather. In Florida in the 60s, they wearing Parkers and shit. Like, come on, man.
No, some people took it to the extreme, but I mean at overnight when you like, especially at night when you go to sleep.
Oh yeah.
It was stupid cold. And I was I was not expecting that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it gets cold. It gets cold enough that the lizards freeze and they start falling out the trees. So
y'all get the rain sometimes.
It rains too much. Yeah. I guess it rained too much. Yeah. You can't.
I know last year they showed that y'all got hail in LA.
Oh yeah. We got a lot of stuff last year. Up and even this year we got a lot of rain. We needed it though. You know, it was
right. Yeah. There's a lot of dry land out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you got a dry land, but you got a rain, then you get the mudslide. So you're damn if you do, you damn if you don't.
You're not lying.
That's all right. That's all right. But I gotta get back out there. But it's to get out of LA, you gotta come out to LA. As a comedian, you got to have some heat on you. You got to be doing something. You're not going to make any money just doing stand-up in LA. Just like in New York, you got to do other things or go on the road. Now, I know a buddy of mine who lives in LA, but he's always on the road because he doesn't make any money in LA. He's damn near on the East Coast all the time because that's where, you know, he's play the road and making money. Unless you're one of the big boys.
Yeah, and I think you know, that's why I said like when we were talking off before the interview started, it was like I work a lot, you know. You just keep up out here, you know, not to give away, you know, everything, but it's obvious, you know, if you want to be out here, you gotta hustle, you know what I mean?
You gotta hustle, yeah.
And to stay, you know, relevant too on top of that is a whole nother thing, you know, if that's what you decide to do, if you go in that lane. Because I've known people that, you know, they too busy Uber eating all day, or you know what I mean, like, you know, delivering stuff or doing Uber and Lyft and stuff because and that's on top of them trying to be actors, you know,
right?
And that's the type of stuff why they're going on strike. So like, you know, people are really trying to survive, but they still trying to pursue that dream or that goal that they have, you know what I mean?
And it's tough, you know. And I was just, you know, with the actors strike, the writers and I think the actors are still on strike, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Yeah,
they still. And I know the writers are back, and you know some of the stories that I've heard. Like I do acting too. I do commercials, and so along with the comedy. And I know I did this one show, and I heard a guy say, you know, I've been in this television show, and I get a check for $15.83, you know, so, and I was on a hit show for years, and I'm like, wow. And I know I just got some checks in from SAG, and I got one that was for $15. One time I got one, I had about 12 checks, and it added up to about $400. I was like, wow. So as a major act, I mean, they got like you say, the hierarchy. You got the have and the have-nots. And even the ones that you thought had it, they gig to gig. And if you don't have that gig coming in, you got to do something else.
Yeah.
You know, and I heard Russell Peters was talking, and you know, Russell Peters is making a lot of money doing, and you know, he can always do stand up, even if you know no movies or anything, he can do stand up. And I remember during the pandemic, he said, "Listen, I got to get back to work." He said, "Okay, I got billions of dollars, but I also got millions of dollars of bills coming in each month." And I gotta pay those bills. That savings started going like normal people. We had a couple thousand, you know. He had a few million, but that shit started dwindling now, and it's crazy.
Yeah, the more money you make, the more money you spend. You know, it just
more money you spend.
It just it snowballs. It gets worse and worse and worse because then all of a sudden, you know what I mean, you start reasoning with yourself. Well, I can't live without this. Well, you know, I'm already here. Or I'm already doing this. So then you trying to keep up. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I see people like Adam Sandler who has a lot of money, but he doesn't look like he lived over his means. You know what I mean? When you see Adam Sandler, he looks like one of the brokest motherfuckers out there.
Oh, dog,
you know,
yeah.
But you know, but I love that, but I don't know if I can live that because I'm like, well, I like those shoes right there, and I got, you know how it goes. So I don't know, man, but yeah,
that's the funny part. I would be on my comfy comps like Adam Sandler for sure. Just always. I wear joggers and stuff all the time, but I would still want to buy stuff. But I always been kind of. I think that since I've been, you know, broke long enough in my life that I would be frugal still. You know what I mean with it because I'm like I don't know about you know. Yeah, like I was nah.
I would do things for my kids, you know, and listen, I like to dress. So I know I would probably spend a lot of money on shoes and then for my big ass get suits and shit made, but still nothing, and probably have just a nice spot and a nice car. I don't need a Ferrari, I don't need a Jaguar, I don't need a Mercedes, just a nice truck or something like that, you know, but and just because like you said, being broke so long, I just want to be comfortable. Yeah, just want to be comfortable.
Listen, man, you ain't gonna try. Like, you can't. At that point, I mean, if you want to spend it all, that's on you. You know, that's like it's almost if you got money and you, especially if you get it later in life, you know what I mean, and you want to ball out, you know, like it's a lottery ticket. You know, that's your decision. You know, but I think most of us would not. I think I think we would. Yeah, you're like, oh, no, I don't know about that.
Not because the reason why I'm talking more frugal now because I had came into some money.
Oh, see.
And I look back now, I wasn't smart. You know, I did so. Listen, I took care of my kids. I got braces and put schools, and then you know that thing. But other thing else like you know taking trips, and let me say most of it I was doing things for my kids, going to trips. And doing things, it was on my children, and that was bad. But I was like, well, you know, some of that maybe I could have like stayed my ass home and did something and invested and did something. So to have that generation where it'll make money so they can have it, you know, and then pass it down to their kids. And I've learned, so that's why I say if it happens again, now I know.
Well, I mean. I'm gonna counter that with you did invest because you invest in your kids. Like so they have good memories. They got good memories and stuff from all that stuff and those trips. So
and nice damn teeth.
And nice damn teeth. You know what I mean? See, so I don't think it was a waste of money. You know, I think it was still an investment. And so and when they see that, especially because then you already set their expectations too. I mean, that's where like they're already. So you kind of gave them that already. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So they gonna go out to achieve and get it if they're not already.
Right. So I did a lot of things with my kids. Even when I was traveling for comedy, I would take my kids with me. I mean, awesome. I didn't get to Disney until I was 30 something. All my kids have seen Disney. You know, my first two kids, my young, they were like 7 and 9 and 8. So they were little. They didn't know what the hell Disney, but they went. Yeah. But I think that was more for me because I'm like, ooh, Disney. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That was more for me. And every, like I have 3 kids. Then when I got married again, she had 2, we had 2 more. And we would just travel with all the kids. Well, 5, one wasn't grown, but all the kids, we would pack up in a minivan and just go. And we went on like 2 or 3 trips a year. And I gave them, and like you said, that's something they can look back on. But that's what I did. I kind of went out and did a whole lot of things, and basically it was with my family. But now I'm saying, well, I should have took some of that and did some other things. But again, I'm not. I'm glad I did. I don't regret it.
Yeah.
100%. But I wish I had did something else to where that I could have made more, like in some property, invested in some properties or something like that. And that's what I know now, that I would probably try to invest in something like that.
You and me both. That I gotta say, sometimes I'm like, damn, it's the littlest things I could have invested in. Who'd have known?
Yeah.
But it wasn't. Listen, I believe everything happens for a reason. So
it happens for a reason. Absolutely, it happens for a reason. And I'm starting to feel good. I'm not saying I'm gonna be blow up, but I just starting to feel that my career is starting to. And one of the things I had to do, and when I was in this club a couple weeks ago, the guy said, "Listen, you're a funny dude, but nobody knows who the hell you are."
Yeah.
And he said, "You have to up your social media," and that I know it, and I've been knowing it, but I'm old school, man. You know what I mean? Working these, trying to figure and edit and all. I'm learning.
Yeah.
I'm learning, and I'm putting more stuff. And the crazy thing, I maybe started 2 weeks ago, and I have gained a whole lot more followers and people that even if they don't follow me, they check it out my material.
Yeah.
So I see there is a need for it, and I'm getting into it, but
I think it's funny because like everybody I interview, like they're like, well, I feel like I'm almost there, I'm about to blow up, and I'm like, well, you're on my show.
Okay, well, look, I feel that. Well, I appreciate it.
I'm like that, but I'm playing. But I think too, like because even like you were saying the social media thing, it is like a whole like I think with AI being around, and I hate to say it because we were like fighting it, a lot, because it's good. There's good and bad. But if you edit, you can always, use AI to edit your stand-up clips and then throw that out on social media, and I'm sure that you would see some success. I'm serious.
See, now what you just said is foreign fucking language to me, bro. Use AI. Who?
I'm gonna have to listen. I'm gonna have to help you after we get off. We're gonna have to talk. We're gonna figure this out.
Man, because I have a YouTube channel, but it's like 3 of them, and I need to combine to one, because one get this one, because I got my animation out there on one.
Oh, that's
I have comedy on one, and I need to combine everything to one page. And I don't know, do I need to delete all those and start from the beginning?
I wouldn't. I would use all of them. I would use all of them. You already started the channels, and I would just keep growing them. We're gonna have to talk about this. We're gonna have to get you together.
If you can become my social media dude, listen. Listen. If anything take off, you're my man. Now that's another job you got down.
No, that's another job.
You just got another job.
I just got another job.
How much I can pay you? That's a different story. I'm a comedian. So you know how broke I am.
Yeah, you see how this works. Oh man, but it was like even like we would try to get on. You be like, I can't get on. I got download.
Yeah, listen, bro. When you listen, I was like, oh, he's gonna get mad at me. I
wasn't even mad at you. I was just sitting there laughing.
I had my laptop, I had my iPad, and I was on my phone. I was like, something got to work. Then when I was on the iPhone, stuff was coming over here and not here. I was like, oh, brother. I listen, and every time I asked my son to help me, he just like. I'm like, dude, how I do this? How I edit this? And when he's like, I get an attitude. I showed you this before. Motherfucker, show me again.
How old is your son?
18, son of a bitch.
Yeah, my son right there. He's 17, about to turn 18 in December. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the whole attitude changed.
Channel, but he don't want to help it. He has some stuff on his page. Yeah, he got an Instagram. I don't know if it was a page, but I know he's on social media a lot.
Oh yeah, they know social media. That's for sure.
They know it. Yeah,
they
my
know
12-year-old knows social media better than I do. So
they live on it. It's different. You know what I mean?
Listen,
Not that I'm not on it. I'm on it. You know, I be going, and I know you on it too. You be on it, but like we more like we the people to be just like we bought those nosebleed seats. We up there just we scrolling from the nosebleed, and they actually in in the mosh pit or whatever. Yes. I don't know. I'm trying to give some type of good metaphor example.
But I know what you're saying though. I mean, but they grew up with it. You know, little kids now. I have a niece that's she's like 3, and she knows how to work all this. I'm like, how you know that? Because they grew up with it. You know, they came in this world and everything. You know, listen, when I was telling people when I was in design for a lot of years, you know, and when I first started doing design work, we was using T-squares, the lettering that you had to like wipe off and shit, and then we went to the computers, and it was way different and faster. But every time but these kids now, when you ask them about this, like you asked them about a house phone, a rotary phone, they don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I know, right?
Because they don't know that. They came up in the age where you ask the child what a beeper is, you know, anybody under 20 or whatever, what's a beeper? Exactly. That was the shit when we was growing up. You had a pager. I gotta make that call. Then you gotta search for a damn phone booth to make the call.
Man, I used to when I was dating my wife, she used to page me, right? And she would put 911 afterwards. So I'm thinking it's an emergency. And you have to, like you said, run to a payphone. I run to the payphone and everything, call and everything. And they were like, well, what's wrong? What's that? Nothing. I'm hungry. Nothing. What you doing? It was just a rush to have me call. What you doing?
Yep. Always 911. Always like it's like, what do you want? Nothing to see what you doing. I'm out of breath running to a damn payphone.
Right.
I'm sweating.
Well, we're getting close to running out of time, so I want to before I let you go, so like, I definitely want you to run off all your social media for sure, so everybody knows where they can find you.
See, there you go, Serge.
Is it different? Is it different at all? Or you?
Serge, no.
Oh man,
I know I'm on Instagram. I know I'm on TikTok. Whatever I don't even know if I'm saying the right word. Handle, whatever the is. I couldn't tell you. I will email it to you, and maybe you can like throw it in later.
All right.
I know my website. I know my website.
Coleman Green. You know what? I'm gonna look you up right now. I'm gonna look you up while we're.
I know my website is ColemanGreen.net. I know that.
Well, you got a Facebook, so Facebook is Coleman Green,
and all my social media sites are on my website.
Oh yeah. So you got a website. See that?
Yeah.
You just made it easy. Just tell us which website. Which is this ColemanGreen.com?
ColemanGreen.net.
.net. Why is you .net? Why
well, is that proper with .net?
It just .net sound like it just sound like the internet just came out. Why is it? I'm just curious how you got a .net and not a .com or
listen,
any other
dots. I didn't know there was a difference. Stop laughing at me.
Oh no, I didn't know. I just didn't. I'm sorry. It just sounded when you said it. So it's ColemanGreen.net.
.net. So I should be trying to. I should get a .com domain.
Nah, you don't have to because I don't even think. You know what? Don't even matter. Don't even listen to me. Don't even listen to me.
See now you got me thinking like now you like I'm prehistoric with a .net. Like that old motherfucker. You got a .net. Triple old bitch .net. That was saying to me, man.
Oh nah, man. I just I it's cool. I was for some reason I started thinking about America Online and all that dial up. All right.
Too late now. I'm gonna have to start drinking now. You done got me thinking. Sergio said my .net was prehistoric. He said that's some old people shit.
Gonna have some .com stuff. ColemanGreen.com on the vision board in the back.
I did have a .com at one time, and I don't know what happened. And then some guy tried to sell it back to me for a lot of money, and I'm like, dude, I'm not talking about you. If you want your name back, I can sell it to you. I'm like, no, you can keep that motherfucker. I don't want it.
That's what happened to me on my Instagram. My other Instagram. That's what happened to me on my Instagram. My other one, my comedian Serge Santana. That's where everybody was. I had that forever. Dude stole it. Some Nigerian dude and tried to sell it back to me. I was like, these free, right? Like,
get the hell.
I like that's your game. You can sit on it. I'm gonna make another one. Like,
yeah, that's what I said. That's what I told you. That's why I got ColemanGreen.net, and I think .net was not free, but if you had to do it .com, I think you had to pay all this money and then the domain and and the up. So it was a whole lot. So I mean, that's what I got. .net. And eventually, I know I do want to go back to the ColemanGreen.com.
No, but .net. Now now that you explain why you had the .net. You know what? You got .net. It is what it is.
No, sir. Don't try to clean that shit up. Don't try to clean that shit up. Don't try to clean that.
You got it. If you go to ColemanGreen.net, you're gonna find all of his social media handles that he does not know off top.
Social media, you got some clips on there. I'm about to add some more clips. They got my dates on there, upcoming dates. So everything is on there. Yep. And
you definitely want to see Coleman live because I mean, you see how we laughing now. So you definitely want to go see Coleman wherever Coleman's at. Look for his picture. You can't miss him.
Please do follow my sites and join, please, because the more followers I have, maybe I make some more money.
Coleman likes to wear suits and wants
I like to wear
shoes.
Not suits. I mean, but nice shit.
Yeah.
I love shoes, man. I love shoes, and that was something that my parents used to buy me nice shoes all the time, and it's just something I love shoes. Shoes, boots, Timberland. I just like shoes.
Yeah, I don't blame you though. I don't blame you, man. It's nice to have some nice shoe wear.
I may have some raggedy shit, but my shoes would be on point. So,
well, thank you, man, for your time, and ladies and gentlemen, make some noise with Coleman Green.
Thank you for having me, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you.